did you two rush off to?
Well, it was all part of what I was talking about before. Oh, David. Oh, I'm so happy.
Well, whatever it is you told him, it certainly did the trick.
Well, there was something about me he didn't know. I was terrified he wouldn't understand. And he did. Oh, he was just wonderful about it.
Well, whatever it was, I'm glad. Seems like a nice bloke.
Oh, he's a wonderful bloke. David, do you mind if I go back to the city? Look, Scott has to go, and I know I'd only chaff a bit if I had to stay around here.
No, of course not. All the workers start tomorrow. And you would only be in the way. You got time for a beer before you go?
Oh, it's getting late, and look, we want to get part of the way in daylight.
Oh, just one. A toast to whatever it was you told him.
Okay. You pour them out. I'll go get Scott, okay?
Some welcoming committee.
Were you expecting one?
From Rosie? Never. But Gordon or Wayne arriving should have killed the fatted calf. Well, made some scones anyway. She isn't too keen on me.
How come?
I married Gordon.
So?
Rosie is related to Gordon's first wife. I'm the gold digger from Sydney who lured Gordon away from Woombai and Rosie's tender, loving influence.
Seems like a long time to hold a grudge.
She's nothing if not tenacious. Huh? Sounds like someone now.
Were you the gold digger?
No. I was an unmarried mother with a child to support.
You've arrived.
Yes, just a minute ago. How are you, Rosie?
Can't complain.
Good. I'd like you to meet John Palmer. John, this is Rosie. She practically runs Woombai.
When I'm allowed. Oh, I'd better start fixing dinner.
I see what you mean.
Dave Palmer.
Hi, Dad, it's me. I'm at Woombai.
Oh, what are you doing there?
Oh, nice sunny day. Thought I'd go for a drive.
Come on.
No, I'm here to help Patricia. Gordon hasn't really got time to supervise the work, so she decided to do it.
Is she there too?
Yeah.
Oh, how long are you both staying?
Oh, till the job gets done. Good one, eh?
Yes, it is.
Is Fiona still there?
No, she's just left.
Sorry, I missed her.
Well, she helped me settle in yesterday, and the workers start tomorrow. But she couldn't see any point in getting in the way.
You probably won't be that lucky with Patricia. Anyway, I better go. We'll be over there soon. I'll see you then, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll see you then.
How did your father react to the news?
Fine, why shouldn't he?
Oh, I don't know. Some men don't like working for a woman.
Too right, they don't. The men from town won't like it when they find out the boss is a woman. Especially one who doesn't know the first thing about work.
I hope you're not going to keep it up the whole time I'm here.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'll be doing my best to make sure everything goes smoothly. And I'd appreciate it if you didn't go around being the voice of doom and generally making life very difficult for everyone.
I'll do my job, same as always.
Good. I'm so glad we understand each other. If you're ready, we may as well go.
Fine.
I was just washing down the walls and getting the windows clean. Took ages. I ripped up the lino, too. Had Fiona down on her hands and knees. You've never heard anyone complain so much in all your life.
It doesn't seem like much to have accomplished in 2 days.
I spent most of yesterday settling in. I wasn't bludging, though. Of course, once the extra workers start tomorrow, things will move quicker.
Good. Nothing else you want to show me?
No.
I'll see you tomorrow, then.
Well, how about Dad comes and has dinner with us?
Tonight?
Yeah. Otherwise, he'll be stuck here while we're hoeing him back at Woombai. It's okay, isn't it?
Yes, of course. See you in about an hour.
Fine.
Good. Oh, Rosie, I'll do that if you like. You can have an early night.
With a sink full of dishes?
Well, John and I'll fix them up. It's the least we can do after that great meal.
Don't bother.
What did I do?
You had dinner with me.
So?
Well, it's guilt by association. John had a taste of it earlier, didn't you?
Yeah. Anyone who's a friend of Patricia's gets the rough treatment.
Oh, why doesn't she like you?
Oh, it goes way back when. It's a long story.
I'd like to hear it. I still don't know what happened after you left Fiona's with Angela.
All right. Gordon's first wife died giving birth to Wayne. He didn't feel he could give him a proper home, so he sent him to live with his parents in Sydney. They'd retired by that time, leaving Gordon to run Woombai. Oh, when Wayne was about 5, Gordon started looking round for a live-in nanny to be with him down here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the way it turned out, yes. Gordon came to Fiona's to discuss their water deal. And that's where he met me. We got talking. He thought I was a deserted mother. I didn't say anything to change his mind. And when he offered me the job, I jumped at the chance.
He didn't know about me?
No. When he first met me, I was holding Angela. I didn't tell him I had twins. Well, I thought I had it made when we first arrived. Angela was happy. And for a start, Rosie was at least civil to me.
Oh, what changed her mind?
Gordon fell in love with me. And that was it, as far as Madam was concerned. She probably thinks you two are a couple of jet-set friends of mine. Definitely not to be trusted.
Good thing she doesn't know the truth.
Yes, isn't it just? Anyway, that's that. Oh, drink up. We've all got a long day tomorrow.
You're on the go early?
Yeah. After I saw what Rosie made for breakfast, I thought I'd bring you some over.
Oh, they look all right, huh?
Apart from the scones, I wanted to prove to you that I could get on the job early, sometimes.
Well up on your old man, huh? Sleep. Patricia didn't say she was coming over?
Yeah, later. She's just getting up when I left. She mumbled something about seeing a foreman first.
She didn't say anything about last night, did she?
No?
I just thought I was being a bit nosy.
I wouldn't worry about it. I think she's just a bit uptight about having to handle a lot of men who aren't used to a woman boss.
Yeah, I suppose that could be it. I only come inside and get a cup of coffee and get stuck into those scones.
Hope you don't mind a long wait. You know what city people are like. Some of them don't even know what a morning looks like. Especially her.
Now, how about some tea and scones, Rosie? Sure Mr. Layton wouldn't say no?
Oh, you bet I won't.
Sit down, Mr. Layton.
Just Mel will do.
Fine. Now, about today. I suggest that we get half the men over to the Reed house and leave the other half here to start clearing the stable site.
But the architect's not coming here till tomorrow, is he?
That's right.
There's no point in starting here until we know what he wants. Why not send all the blokes over to the Reed place?
Because I want half of them here.
Right, you're the boss.
Just put them down there, Rosie. Thank you, Rosie. Well, when we've finished, we can head out there.
Fine.
Leave those a minute. I'm only going to say this once. I'm here to help Wayne. And no matter what it takes, I'm going to do a good job.
I'm not going to try to stop you.
If there is one more snide comment or you attempt to undermine me, you'll be out on your ear no matter what Gordon says. And if you think I'm joking, think again.
You don't scare me. And if you can't do that, you're going to have Buckleys with those blokes out there.
Here she is now.
Mrs. Hamilton?
Wouldn't mind a bit of that. Pep?
Morning. Is everybody here?
That's a lot. Come on, you blokes.
Good morning. My name is Patricia Hamilton. I'm overseeing this project for my son, Wayne. I've heard people work well in the country. Hoping you'll prove that right. I want to have a good look round, so I'll leave it to Mal here to tell you what needs to be done today. If you have any problems, just let me know. What's your name?
Steve Henderson.
All right, Mr. Henderson, you can go straight to Woombai. I'll arrange to have a day's pay made up. Don't bother to come back tomorrow.
Oh, what?
Oh, he didn't mean anything, Mrs. Hamilton.
Too bad. And that goes for anybody else that behaves in the same way.
Stay here and keep an eye on things. You don't think you're overreacting a bit?
No, I had to set an example.
It was the poor bloke's job.
He should have thought of that before he whistled. Well, why aren't you outside getting your instructions with the others?
I wanted to make sure you're okay.
Of course I'm all right.
Look, all he did was whistle at you.
I didn't want to discuss it with the foreman. I certainly don't want to discuss it with you.
Oh, come on, calm down.
I have just fired a man for not treating me with respect. The same applies to any other man who behaves in the same way. Now, leave me alone.
Come on, Pat.
And I'd appreciate it if you'd call me Mrs. Hamilton during work hours.
If that's the way you want it.
If it's not too much trouble. I'll make up the man's wages. I want him paid and off the property immediately.
Okay.
What happened?
One of the workers gave a cheek. She sacked him.
Who was it?
A bloke called Steve Henderson.
Young Steve. You couldn't meet a nicer young bloke. He wouldn't cheek anybody.
Friend of yours?
I've known the family all my life. They've got a good name in the town. Ask anyone if you don't believe me. What'd he do?
A wolf whistled her.
And she sacked him for it.
Yes.
Oh, the men won't take that, I'm telling you now. There'll be trouble. Then Mr. Hamilton will have to come down and sort things out like he should have done in the first place.
Make sure he signs for it. You think I'm in the wrong, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. I suppose I did overreact. You should see your face.
I never thought I'd hear you say you were wrong about something.
I want us to get on. That means being honest with each other, right?
Right.
Good. I wouldn't want you to think I'm still as one-eyed as I was over the strike.
So, what are you going to do about him? You said you were wrong. You want me to rehire him?
John, you've got to try and understand my position.
You're still going to let him go?
I hate to admit that Rosie might be right about something, but she hit the nail on the head about the men. To them, I'm just a silly female. At least now I'm a silly female who's prepared to fire them if they step out of line.
Well, blokes give better work for someone they respect.
I think it's naive to assume they'll ever respect me. I'll do it my way. Fair enough?
You're the boss.
Thank you.
I'm going into town to do some shopping. I'll take my lunch hour while I'm there. I'm going to look in on Mrs. Henderson.
Fine. You told her, did you?
It's not a secret, is it?
What did she say?
What do you think?
You backed me up, I hope.
I'm not sure whether I should have bothered.
John, I am petrified that I've bitten off more than I can chew taking all of this on.
Well, then why did you say yes in the first place?
Oh, various reasons. I'm not saying that what just happened is going to be my last mistake, but I am going to try. I want to do a good job. I mean it. I need your help. That is, if you can swallow that damned worker's pride of yours. Just this once? Oh, it's nice to have a drink you've really earned.
Everything okay after I left?
This morning certainly did the trick. They were just about tugging their forelocks and calling me ma'am this afternoon. Joke, John. Oh, seriously, I'm getting on very well with Mal, and not one more whistle.
Good. I'm going to have a shower up Pong. That's workers' talk for smell?
I'll get it.
You hurried off quick enough.
The men were packing up.
I wanted to have a talk to you.
We talked this morning. In the light of what I said, I don't really appreciate your inviting yourself over here.
Oh, come on, Pat. Or do I have to call you Mrs. Hamilton here, too?
Sorry?
It's taken us a long time to get back to being friends. I don't want to argue. So what say we go into town and have tea? My shout.
Oh, wonderful. And by tomorrow, the whole place will be talking about how Mrs. Hamilton dates her workers. Use your brains.
We wouldn't be doing anything wrong.
Keep your voice down.
Oh, what are you so hung up about? I'm not trying to do a
not
line.
getting hung up about
I
it.
reckon you are. And that's what all that bull was about this morning. I'll try not to get in your way for the rest of the time I'm here.
Morning.
You look about as cheery as Wayne did earlier.
Oh, has he been taking out on Miss Brooks again?
I get the feeling that she can look after herself. They're out in the pool. Hey, problems?
Oh, I just didn't sleep very well.
You were both a bit edgy at dinner.
It's personal.
I know you've got Fiona, but I'm not as stuffy as I look.
You know what it's about, don't you?
Doesn't take much guessing.
Well, thanks anyway,
If you change your mind.
Excuse me.
Gordon Hamilton. Yes, George. How are you? Good, good. I certainly am. When's the announcement being made? Well, it's too late to do me any good. But I can think of a lot of people who'll be glad to hear the news.
Well, you took your time.
How'd you get back?
Hope it's worthwhile.
Guaranteed, you reckon? we get a few to take back to Rosie, you might score another tea.
I don't think I should be going over there too much from now on.
I thought the other night was good.
I said I shouldn't be going over there.
Okay. You dropped over last night, didn't you? What were you talking about?
Her firing Steve. Thought you said she'd calmed down.
She was fine with me.
Well, I copped an earful. She wasn't in the mood for taking advice.
Thought I heard you arguing. Maybe you put it the wrong way.
Great bent over backwards to be nice. Look, I'm not being cranky at you. I'm just fed up. I just wish it was time to go home. Come on, let's catch some fish.
I thought David Palmer'd like to know.
How reliable are your sources?
Totally. Both sides are willing to compromise. The meeting's just a formality. The strike will be over tomorrow.
You really made the wrong move, didn't you?
Silly? Not really. I'm happy with the way my investments are shaping up. I've got a lot less work on my plate. I don't know why I didn't do it years before. How are you going?
Oh, fine. I'm enjoying the challenge.
You wouldn't have heard to have rung Wayne yesterday. It was his first day home.
Oh, no. With everything going on, I just forgot all about it. Can I talk to him now, please?
He's settling down for his nap. I'll tell him you asked after him.
That was a cheap shot, Gordon. I'll call him later. Lovely talking to you.
Feel like a fish dinner?
I'll try and work up an appetite.
Are you going for a swim?
Thought it'd cool me off a bit.
I won't hold you up then.
Oh, I had some good news while you were out. Unofficial word is the transport strike's over.
Oh, beauty, when'd you hear?
Gordon phoned. Should be announced tomorrow.
Oh, terrific. I'll have to call Dad. It'll be just what he wants to hear. He's really missing home. I'll get rid of these first.
You don't have to worry about me. I got the message.
The strike's over. John said you're looking forward to going home.
Couldn't have been better timing. It's the first plane home in the morning.
David? What are you thinking about?
Just how pretty it is down here.
I'm sorry about those things I said yesterday.
It's okay.
I haven't really stopped thinking about you since that day at the hospital.
Same here. Better get going back. But other than sending a search party out for you.
That'd be the last thing Rosie would be guilty of. What's wrong?
I was just thinking of what's going to happen.
Oh, nothing at the moment. If we're careful, nobody needs to know. It's just between us.
I don't mean that. The strike.
Hi. Guess you know then.
Yeah.
Well, we met at the swimming hole.
I just rung Mum. She's wrapped. She wants to know when you're going back.
Well, it's not official yet.
Mr. Hamilton reckons there's no worries.
You could stay for an extra day or two, couldn't you? Until we find somebody else?
No, I can't. I've got to get back, otherwise I'll lose the job.
Oh, call Batesy. Should be able to wangle something.
I'll think about it.
Well, I'll see you up the house.
Yes, tell Rosie I'm on my way. You know how she hates anyone to be late.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, and thanks for coming with the news.
I wish you didn't have to go. So soon, I mean.
I have to.
I just don't want it to end.
Well, neither do I. But what else can I do?
Stall for a while. Who was that man John mentioned?
Bates. My boss. No, I can't.
Until the end of the week? It'd give us a few more days. Look, I'm not about to break up your marriage. The last thing I want to do is cause trouble. I just think we owe it to each other.
How can I without Beryl getting suspicious? So far, she doesn't know you're staying at Woombai. If she found out, it wouldn't take her long to put two and two together.
You're right. I shouldn't be asking.
If I can think of a way, I will.
Well, whatever happens, today was wonderful. I better go. John will be wondering where I've got to. Rosie, that was delicious. New recipe.
You've had it before.
Well, it was very nice again.
Seems you've gone to all the trouble and cooked the fish, Rosie. Why not help us eat them?
Yes, why not?
No, thanks. I'd rather eat in the kitchen.
If I'd known being nice would get a rise out of her, I'd have done it years ago.
Oh, we missed the news. You never know, there might have been something about the strike.
Oh, we can catch it later.
I bet Mum will be glad to see Dad back home again.
It's me, Dal.
Hello, love.
How are things?
Better now?
John said he told you all about the strike.
Yes, it's good, isn't it?
Has the depot called?
No, I suppose I'll wait till it's official. When will you be back?
As soon as I can get a flight.
You don't have to come back straight away.
I thought you said you wanted me home as soon as possible.
I do. But John's been saying how well you're getting on together. A few more days might be good for the pair of you.
Well, things have been going well.
Well, we can manage a bit longer on our own. We'd have to if the strike went on as long as they expected.
You sure?
I wouldn't say it if I wasn't.
Well, the money's pretty good up here, but I really should come back. Bates will expect me.
Ring him. You've got time, Owen. Keep working up there and get the extra money. You've got nothing to lose.
Well, I wouldn't mind.
It's settled then. See you sometime next week.
Well, okay, love. Thanks. Remember me to the kids.
Will do. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, it's only me, Beryl.
I thought I'd make some bread. Now I know why I haven't done it for ages.
I brought these pamphlets along for Kevin on banking as a career. I thought he might be interested.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. Just put them over there.
Okay.
Oh, could you get that for me, please, Vic? I'll just wash up.
Certainly. Hello?
Who's that?
Victor Hardy.
Oh, it's John, Mr. Hardy's mum there.
She's just washing some flour off her hand. She won't be a moment.
Could you come and help me, please, John?
Look, it's all right. Can you give her a message? Tell her Dad told me the news. I'm really glad.
I'll tell her.
John?
Yeah, coming, Patricia. Oh, I've got to go.
All right, I'll tell your mother.
Bye.
Goodbye. Oh, young John, he rang about David staying on. Well, he couldn't wait. Somebody needed his help. Patricia, would that be right?
I'll fix it. You want to talk to your mum again? Okay, see ya.
I'll drop that into Mal if you like. It's on my way into town.
Yeah. If you can't understand the scribble, tell him to give me a ring.
You won't have to worry about the potholes where the drive hits the main road. The council's finally fixing them up.
No, not before time.
Guess who's doing the job?
Who?
Steve, the bloke you sacked. I helped him get it.
I'll have to remember to give him a whistle as I drive past.
Something's up. She's not being all nice and friendly for nothing. I'd give my eye teeth to know what it is.
Afternoon.
Hello.
This is from Wayne. Could you give it to Mal, please?
Right. The wallpapering's finished, if you'd like to have a look at it. You took your time.
I had to wait until I had an excuse. I'm happy you're staying.
I keep feeling guilty. Well, Beryl was okay about me having the extra time with John, but if she knew you were here, she wouldn't be too pleased.
Aren't you glad it's worked out?
Oh, yes.
Enjoy it. I'll see you soon.
Gordon Hamilton.
Daddy?
Hello, darling. How are you?
Fine. I just rang to see how everything's going.
Good. Wayne's out of hospital. And Jill's spending a few days here.
Is Mother home?
No, she's at Woombai, helping Wayne out.
What have you been up to?
Oh, playing a few holes of golf, spending time at the stud, the usual.
Sounds like you're having fun.
Sometimes.
How are things between you and Mother?
Have you heard something?
No.
Your mother and I have broken up. I didn't want to upset you, so I put off telling you. We've decided to go our own ways.
I'm sorry, Daddy. I really am. Does Wayne know?
Oh, yes. He wants us to still live together, to work things out. I'm not hopeful.
Or are you? Still living together?
Well, she's at Woombai for the moment. After that,
Then there's still a chance.
I'm not being optimistic.
Right, well, I better be going now. I'll speak to you next week. I'm sorry about it. Cancelled job.
Oh.
Reed House, Mal.
It's Patricia Hamilton. I have to go into town to collect some supplies. They'll be fairly heavy. Could you spare someone?
Yeah, sure, I'll send young Jerry over.
That'll be fine.
Is that all?
Yes, thanks. I tell you what, why don't you send David Palmer? There's some mail here for him to collect from home. I'm sure he's keen to get it.
Okay, do you want him straight away?
Yes, thanks.
Bye. Hi, David. Mrs. Hamilton needs somebody to help her pick up supplies. Take the four-wheel drive, will you? Right, come on, you two blokes. We'll get these doors done.
Are you sure it's all right?
Oh, don't be so nervous. Rosie won't be back till 5, and John's in Allendale checking stock for Wayne. Take the car around the back where it won't be seen by anybody, and make sure you lock the front door when you come in. Okay? And don't worry. I was just bringing it in.
Look, I don't think I should stay much longer.
Don't be silly. We've got hours yet. Oh, please, don't go now. You'd make me feel... Couldn't believe our luck.
Huh?
And they both said they'd be out.
What happens if they both come home early?
They won't. Even if they did, it wouldn't matter. We've had plenty of warning. Both the doors are locked.
It'd be in a hell of a mess if John found out.
Nobody is going to find out.
Things are just working out all right.
That's better. You and John never did get on terribly well, did you?
No. It was my fault, really. Even when he was a kid, I never gave the poor little blighter a chance.
Why did you leave him with Fiona? You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
Oh, no, it's okay. I nearly had him adopted. I just didn't want anything around to remind me of us. Fiona talked me out of it. She said she'd look after him. Well, I didn't care one way or the other. I guess that's why it nearly took 5 years to tell Beryl. I just didn't want him around. Well, you know, with the other kids, they were born by then. And when he did come over, I don't know.
He reminded you of me?
Oh, he tried. But everything he did rubbed me up the wrong way. I wonder he grew up with a chip on his shoulder.
Big enough to match his dad's.
What about you and Angie? How did you feel about her?
Fine.
You, didn't feel anything like I did?
It was different.
Huh? How?
I did the leaving. I chose to take her. Oh, you didn't have any choice. I think I Loved her too much. Spoiled her.
What about now? Her living in Melbourne.
I think it's good for her to get to know you. She'll understand me one day. Oh. Ah. It's all right. It's all right. I was just checking the time. We fell asleep.
What is it?
It's 12 o'clock. Are you hungry?
Yeah.
It's good to see you relaxing. Well, I can't promise what it'll be like.
As long as it's food.
Famous last words. Whoever it is, they'll go away.
You there, Mr. Hamilton? Smell, he must be after me.
Go to the other room.
Well, you can't go out like that.
It'll be even worse if he goes around the back and sees the car. That'll really set him thinking. I'll handle it. I'll handle it. The beer. Well, no problems, I hope.
I've just been down at the stable site. Those silly galahs have sent us the wrong timber order.
Oh, well, what should we do about it?
Well, get on the phone and blast the... Oh, look, I'm sorry, Mrs. Hamilton, but I double-checked that order on the phone. It serves them right if you told them to take it away and dealt with another mob.
Okay, well, I'll look into it.
Look, just don't let them put anything over you.
Oh, fine.
They've got no excuses.
Fine.
Oh, did you get your shopping done all right?
Oh, no, actually, I wasn't feeling too good, so I lay down. I gave the list to David. Well, what's the time? I've been asleep.
Well, it's just after 12.
Well, should be back by now. I probably stopped off somewhere for some lunch.
More likely a beer. Oh, mind you, he deserves it. He works twice as hard as any of the other blokes on the job.
Well, I won't keep him when he gets back. I'd better get on to that call.
Okay, thanks, Mrs. Hamilton. Look, I'm sorry I had to wake you up.
No, it's all right. Yeah, it's all right. He doesn't suspect a thing.
Yeah, I'd better go.
No, he won't come back.
What if it had been John or Rosie or someone that would have hung around? I shouldn't have stayed in the first place.
Hey. Aren't you glad you did?
Yeah, of course I am. Look, come over to the Reed house after they've gone and we'll talk about it. You can understand, can't you?
I'll see you at 5:30. Oh.
Well, at least you gave Stevie a good laugh.
I can think of easier ways to do that.
Smart, aren't you?
Smarter than me. Please stop it.
What happened to you?
I fell in the lake.
How did that happen, you silly monkey?
He was showing off, walking along the edge.
Well, you dared me.
I didn't think you'd really do it.
Trust you. Now go and get changed before you get a cold. Apart from that, was it a good day?
Oh, Stevie enjoyed himself. What are you doing?
And Gregory up the road asked me to make her a formal dress for some Masons do. Oh, happy to get dinner and way behind time.
Can I talk to you first?
What about, love?
David and my mother.
White and no sugar, right?
Thanks. They've all gone.
Pat.
He said they'd all gone.
I know.
Oh. Having an attack of the guilts, are we?
Look, we could be heading for trouble if we don't watch it.
I don't see how.
Oh, well, Mal just about caught us this morning. I had to spin him some yarn about the car breaking down.
You shouldn't have wasted your breath. As far as Mel was concerned, you were in town having a beer and I was asleep. You're making a big deal out of it.
I'm worried, that's all.
Perhaps we should call it a day, then.
Pat.
This morning was wonderful. At least I thought so. But you're spoiling it all by carrying on like a little boy who's been caught smoking. I'm sorry. It's just that... Don't you think I'm worried too? Of course we have to be careful. But we also have to go with our feelings. I know how I feel. What about you?
Pat, I think we should talk about it.
I asked you a question.
I'm worried, that's all.
How do you feel?
I've thought about it all day. I didn't know whether to tell you or not.
I'm glad you did, love. It certainly changes things.
I trust David, but Mother... What?
I'll fly up first thing in the morning. If something is going on, I want to know about it.
What if it is?
If it is, I'll fight for him. I don't know how, but I'll fight for him.
Love is very strange. It can come and go.
It can happen when you are young or old. When it comes